Hello and welcome back to the Daily Unblocker. For those of you who don't know me, I'm Kohila Sibas. I'm the creator of Readiness OS, the system that helps any human, any age, any label, doesn't matter, to learn, live, and lead in coherence. Now, what do we do is not motivation. What we do is not motivation. Me and my coaches, what we do is not motivation. It's really a total holistic nervous system restoration. Every day, what we do on this daily unblocker is we take one block that we all have at different seasons of our life and we unblock it together. So today's block is procrastination. I'm sure many of you experience this in your daily life. So before we begin, I like to ask you to arrive here. Sometimes we're so busy, we're all over the place, but here. To do that, I really like this exercise, so I want to share with you today. So what I want you to do is I want you to put your left hand out, and I want you to look at it. That's your past. This is your past. So many of us spend a lot of time in our past thinking about the past, what has gone wrong, what you could have done better or should have, could have done, right? So what we're going to do today is we're going to thank it because past is important. So we're going to thank the past. And then we can't spend so long in this past time because we can't do anything about it. So what we're going to do is we're going to let it go. So thank it and let it go. That's your past. Let it go. Now put your right hand out. This is your future. This is very exciting, right? Future is exciting. So this is your desires, your hope, your wish. This is all there for you. So let's look at it, see it. What I want you to do is bless it because it's available to you. It's in the future, it's coming. But sometimes what we do is we spend all of our time worrying about the future. So what we need to do it is we see it and we bless it and we release it. So now I want you to bring your hands together, right in the middle. Now that's your now, right? Your presence. This is all we have is now. So the past is released, future is blessed. Now the presence is restored. So you're here. So one block, one breath. So let's unblock procrastination together today. So I want you to inhale for 4 and hold for 2 and then exhale for 6. So inhale 4, hold for 2 and exhale for 6. So inhaling the readiness, hold for 2 and exhale the resistance. So as we do these mindful breathing, right? Because we're so in the past, we're so in the future, but when we're here, when we do this breath, it's very special. I hope you felt your shoulders drop because a lot of us carry all of our tension, pressure, resistance in our shoulders, right? That's why shoulders hurt. We spend a lot of time on our computer, it hurts. So I hope your shoulders are dropping. And when we do this, your focus also sharpens. It's very important to be here now, away from all the noise and distraction, right? So important. So from doing all of the coaching I have done in the past, over 25 years with hundreds and thousands of families, across our parenting in flow labs and teaching in flow labs, and coaching session, we've seen a patterns for thousands of times that people don't stall because they're lazy. How many of you think that your procrastination is due to you are lazy, or somebody has told you that it's because you're lazy? Because procrastination is nothing to do with being lazy. It stalls because our nervous system are overloaded. We don't do what we need to do, and we procrastinate because our nervous system is overloaded. And then what happened is we start shaming it, right? Because we're not getting to finish what we started, or we're not starting what needs to be finished. So we start shaming ourselves, and that's when really we get really stuck. Procrastination takes over. But if we think of it as is a protection mechanism of our nervous system, we're not ready yet, so our nervous system is protecting. If we can pause and start breathing, and we can then start building some momentum, right? So I built this system because I know this block exists, not just for me, all of us. And it's really important to address it, right? Because when you're in this frozen state, unable to move forward, sometimes it's due to fear of judgment. If you finish something that's not perfect, right? Perfect and procrastination goes hand in hand, right? So maybe we don't do it because what if I don't finish it perfect? What if somebody doesn't like it? What if it's wrong? So we have all these doubts and we freeze. And with all of the people that I worked with, and even in our labs, with even parents and teachers, it comes again and again. It's the worry of being judged, not knowing if this is the right way to do. So then we start procrastinating and not doing it, right? So if you think about it, it's not lazy, right? Even I was never lazy. It's just that my body learned to protect me from all of the other things that I think of, right? With just fear. It's associated with fear. So it's not, procrastination is not about time, it's about tension. Because when safety drops, what happens? When we don't feel safe to do something, we're not going to be able to focus on it, right? Our focus also drops. And when focus drops, shame rises. We feel guilt and shame. And then when that comes in, it doesn't matter if we have a planner, if you have coach who's coaching you, who's giving you different ways to beat the procrastination, we're not going to do it. So what we need to tell our system is to be here now. We did that, right? So we have to pause and inhale, calm, exhale, the control. And we have to tell our system, our nervous system, we move when we are ready, not when we're afraid. Because sometimes we try to beat procrastination with what? Pressure, deadlines. And then that's not done with when you're ready, right? So, how do you make yourself ready? Well, we have to work on judgment, we have to work on being perfect. Now, I always say to all my students and all my coaches, everyone, that perfect, that word perfect, right? According to whom? Like, what standard is perfect? Like, we set up this perfect bar, and then we're all so afraid to do anything to achieve that because it's so set by someone. But who is it? Who is it? And who set that perfect bar for all of us, right? We set it, I think. It's not other people. We have it in our imaginary, and then that's how we start procrastinating because we're not able to move past our own perfect standards. So, in order to beat procrastination, the best thing to do is not think of the whole project or the whole thing that you have to do, because sometimes what we do is we think of everything that needs to happen at one time. And when our system is already feeling unsafe about something, and we have all these things that are associated with it, which is judgment, perfectionism, we can't really move past that because this is a huge project or whatever you need to get done, and you're starting to procrastinate on that, and you have all of this working against you. How can you move forward? It doesn't make sense, right? How can a system move forward when it's feeling all this input, but those energies are not calm? It's pressure. So what we need to do is really chunk. We need to make the project or whatever you need to do into parts. Sometimes we need the big picture, but big picture can overwhelm us and then paralyze us. So, what I'm saying is, can you make these into parts, whatever you need to get done? Especially if you're a student, if you're a parent who's working and overwhelmed and busy, if you're a teacher, you have so much to do. Instead of thinking the whole thing, can you make it into parts? Because when you move one small step and start regulating yourself, the readiness will show and you will find rhythm. And that's really important to beat procrastination, is to find a rhythm with your nervous system. So it happens when you actually take something that's huge, overwhelming, which has all these conditions added to it: judgment, pressure, perfectionism, all of this added to it. Now we make it into a small part. We just have to get that small part done. That's it. This small thing done today. And don't worry about the rest of it. So this will bring back readiness and rhythm. Because when we really focus on getting the whole thing done, what happens? If I asked you, when you think about I need to do something that's is weighing on you, it's very heavy on you, what happens? You shut down, right? Have you seen children, if you're parents, have you seen your child shut down when they have to do something that requires multiple steps, and it could be a huge project, it could be a long homework. They don't want to do it because they don't see how they're going to finish it. They can't see how they're going to get the whole thing done. But if we can chunk it into little parts, now we just have to get one part done. So there's more motivation, right? The child will want to do it. Same with adults too, right? Like that's why we write down lists instead of keeping it all in our mind. Another way to beat procrastination is to make a list with all the parts or your do list and start doing one thing per the day. I know a lot of people talk about this, but when you add the breathing that I just taken you through earlier, right? When you add the breathing, as well as when you're able to really be here with that one thing you have to get done, it really makes a difference. It really pushes that anxiety, that fear out, especially if your procrastination is really to do with perfectionism. That partnership is the worst, right? When both of them are together, because they really paralyzes you and me and anyone. When I say you, it's like everyone. Now, think about a situation where you need to do something and you're putting it off. You have been putting it off, we have been putting it off. Think about that situation. Why do you think you're putting that off? Can you name it? Like, can you really find the feeling? What is it that you're feeling that makes you want to put this off? Is overwhelmed? Is it overwhelming? Do you not know each parts that needs to come together to make this whole thing work? Is it getting it right? Is it fear of judgment? Really, if you analyze it, that's the root cause of it, right? That's why you're procrastinating. That's why you're putting it off. Because what you need to do now is to really understand why your system is protecting. When we understand our nervous system this way, that it's there to protect us in anything that we're going through, our nervous system is always going to protect us. That's its main job, right? So if we are not doing what we need to do, the question is really to come home by doing the exercise I taught you today. Forget the past, right? Thank it and let it go. Future, if we spend too much time over there worrying about everything and even worrying about whatever you're going to do now is going to be a failure, it's just a failure party, which we don't want to go into. So, what we want to really do is see the future and bless it and release it. But we have to do it from here now. And I think majority of us are having hard time being here and now. Do you agree? If you're watching me, tell me in the chat. Do you agree that being now and here and focus and getting into flow is the hardest thing for everybody? Because we live in such a distraction, right? There's a lot of noise, a lot of things to distract us, including our kids. They're having the same issue as well. That's why we're all putting things off to later date, later time. And then when that accumulates, now we have a habit of procrastination. Then, if we fear judgment and if we fear about being perfect, then that just locks us and paralyzes us. So, can you see how this is causing a lot of anxiety for you in your life? Can you see? Can you pinpoint how this is might be hurting you in your life? So, even though you probably heard it before, that chunking has been said by others, I'm not saying something new, but I'm asking you to try it in this sequence. In this sequence, by bringing yourself now and here, breathing, and then releasing everything you need to release and dropping the shoulder, and think about what can I do first. That's small. It could be 5 minutes, it could be 10 minutes. Now, there is no set time because we're all individuals, right? We all learn on our own pace. So some people might say you have to do it for 30 minutes, you have to do it for 20 minutes. No, you have to do it whatever the system can handle. You're a living system. Your nervous system is your own nervous system, right? If it's 5 minutes, then do that for 5 minutes. If it's 10 minutes, do it for 10 minutes. Whatever feels right for your system, not for somebody else's. Okay? So do it in this order. Bringing yourself now and try beating procrastination, and that's how you unblock yourself. Because without being in flow, you can't really beat procrastination. We really need to understand how to get into flow. Flow is the state where we can create, we can focus, and our attention returns because we're now and here. If you're in the past or if you're in the future, you're not here. So how can you focus? Makes sense, right? Awesome. If anybody is in the comment section, share with me. If you're watching, share with me if this resonates with you, right? So today what I wanted to do was bring one block, which is procrastination. We all have them, right? And they change. Different seasons of our lives bring different types of requirements, and we learn to protect. Our nervous system protects us by shutting down. And then we call it lazy. And that's the hard part because you're not lazy. I am not lazy. Our system is protecting us because it's overwhelming. And then we have all these conditions that also makes it hard. So we talked about one block. This is exactly what we do in our parenting in flow, teaching in flow labs. We have them on Wednesday, every third Wednesday online. We have them in person as well. And we have them coming up November 19th. I have one coming up. If you want to join, drop in the comment and I will send you the link. And you can join us. And we talk about different blocks that we all carry. Because what happened is we live in a busy world. Our systems are blocked. This is a living system. The systems are blocked. And we're expecting to perform and produce. And we're all having these issues, right? So that's why I bring one block a day, taking one breath together so that we can center again and really focus on how to move that one block into flow. So try it, let me know. If it doesn't work for you, let me know. If it works for you, let me know, because I could add other things in order for it to work for you, because every one of us is different. We do not have one fits all. It doesn't work. We already know that, right? That's what we do in our education system. But here we don't do that. So we can customize it. But try it, let me know, and I'll see you tomorrow. Thank you.